At a user interface conference in 1989, I presented a paper titled Usability Engineering at a Discount. That was not very popular at the time because most UX professionals wanted to promote rigid and thorough methodology. Now, for sure they had a point, because back then, we UX people needed to prove ourselves to the hardcore developers who dominated the computer business. Unfortunately, insisting on very thorough usability work meant that most projects could not afford to do any usability work. So instead of doing great in-depth user research, most products were based on zero user insight. And it showed because most software was just terrible back then. My main claim in 1989 was that something is better than nothing. That we can get a lot of important user insights from very quick and cheap studies. My recommendation for design projects now is the same as it was back then. 3 simple ideas can give you a lot of bang for the buck and ensure a good base level of user experience quality. The 3 recommendations are: first, conduct simple usability studies with 5 users. Advanced studies have their place, but simple studies will identify the big usability problems that make users just leave your website or just stop using your app. Simple studies are easy to learn. We have a 1-day course at the UX conference on how to do them. And 5 test users are enough to uncover most of the big flaws in a design. If you have budget to test more users, hey, great. But allocate those test users across many small studies instead of a few big ones, so you can test more design iterations. The second recommendation is to use simple user interface prototypes to get early feedback on your design ideas. Usually, paper prototypes are the best and fastest method. Third, use heuristic evaluation to clean up user interfaces between test rounds so that you don't kind of waste test users on finding design problems that violate usability principles that we've known for decades. Of course, there are many more UX methods than just these 3 ideas. And the more advanced methods do give you more advanced insights, particularly for more complex design problems. But start with the cheap and simple usability methods, and you can drive substantial improvements in the user experience for very little budget.